broadcast, and PKT Nambiar, from getting herself discharged from jail on a bail bond of millions and millions of rupees to going ahead and sitting in her convoy with the flag of the AIDMK waving hugely and in view of everybody, and going and walking around streets, and then going ahead and attending the memorial of Jayalalitha right after getting out of jail, giving strong indications that she wants to be an active part of the AIDMK. And there had been a lot of grudge that had been held by O. Paneerselvam and Edapadi Palanisamy, not wanting her to be seen in active politics, to right now at this point of time completely isolating herself from active politics, especially in wake of the Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. What went down?
It is actually the other way around. It is not like that she herself isolated herself. It is the other way around. The people and the AIDMK leadership has actually isolated her. So, of course, she may have had, 4 years is a long time in politics, and she was not, as I was telling once in your own show, is saying that she was a culprit. She was coming out of a jail. She was not a freedom fighter or anything to celebrate her coming back to Tamil Nadu. She was in jail for corruption charges. And so once she comes back, she may have had some kind of, because the Mannargudi mafia, which is generally called the Dinakaran, Shashikala, this gang, used to be playing with money. So money alone will not work in politics. And 4 years being in jail, she may have had her own plan that she must have thought that the AIDMK cadre and the people will just come and support her and just say that Chinnamma should come back, and she should be the one who should take this, save Tamil Nadu, save the AIDMK. But to tell you the truth, you can only hire and buy the people only for some time. You cannot take the confidence of the people for a long time. People are educated today. People do understand what is politics actually mean for them. So I believe that I have always maintained even both in your channel and in other places, that Shashikala is not that significant as much as the media is portraying her
to be. All right. Now that she is for the Sasikala family, the legacy technically comes to an end.
Megha, firstly, there is no political legacy Shashikala has. Shashikala has always been a shadow of Amma, or you can call her one of the very close aide. An aide does not mean that she is also of the legal, holding a legacy. And firstly, there is nothing called as political legacy. Every person, even if you have your own son coming in, they will have to prove before the people. You are seeing that what is happening with Rahul Gandhi. He is having a huge image issue. He is trying to survive himself. So I think there is nothing called as political legacy, one. Number two, Shashikala and Dinakaran do not have that legacy at all. Look at it, Dinakaran, even in the last election, he was able to get some kind of a vote because he was trying to convince the people he is the person who is holding the legacy of Amma. But then the people really understood that. I have always maintained that Shashikala do not have much of a significance in this election or in the party now. Secondly, and I think I've been hearing it quite, since I know quite closely, I watch politics closely, and plus especially the BJP. I must tell you, the BJP do not want the tainted leaders like Dinakaran and Shashikala to be there. They don't want it at all. And there is a speculation it is created. Can you imagine a national party who is saying that zero corruption would like to have a convicted Tatu coming from jail should become an alliance partner of BJP? That's a very common sense to apply. I don't think BJP ever wanted to have Dinakaran or Shashikala. If you remember, in the Delhi case that Dinakaran was almost, he went to the jail also, if I remember, during the BJP government's time only. So I don't think there is anything to read between these things. Shashikala is a closed chapter. The channels should be, every media should be stop talking about Shashikala and don't give her any importance. Let her be the one who was convicted, came out of jail. Let her live. She's just 66. Let her live another 30 more years. very peacefully, live as they made so much of work.
Okay, all right. So obviously, you know, but the conundrum stands over here, and I would like Geeta's comment over here. She's wanting to. Geeta made a point, but my final question, I'm going to come to PKD Nambiar at this point of time, and PKD Nambiar. What happens? There was a lot of Geeta. You'll have to hold on over here. There was an audio connection issue, and I will have to. I've moved on from that particular point that you made to another one that I'm at this point of time wanting to introduce is there was a lot of talk with regards to some 15 to 20 of those very important seats that were of Sasikala and her influence. How are those supporters and volunteers that back the AMMK and Sasikala going to vote? Are they going to be backing the AIDMK? Are they going to go helter-skelter and join the DMK Congress alliance?
So let me tell you that it will be in the interest of her to make sure that somehow AIDMK come back in power, so that she can maybe in the later part of her life, if she wanted to influence the AIDMK, she will only be able to do when the AIDMK is in power. Otherwise, her significance will further go off. So I believe if she being whatever we all know, that she's being a crude strategist, or the way she has been portrayed as the back-end worker, she would definitely support the AIDMK. That's what her press statement also says, that it is for the vision of Amma. I think the AIDMK should stay together and vote for it. But let me tell you, Megha, one thing, that it is not as easy as we discuss the politics in the TV studios. The politics really happens on the ground. I've been traveling all across, in fact, almost all the 4 states. I just came back. I did one round of my trip. So I'll tell you that the politics on the ground is very different from the TV studios. So exactly. The pulse of politics you will get to know from the ground. In Tamil Nadu,
and that's exactly why I want to understand the pulse of Tamil Nadu from you.
No, there is no way. I'm telling you one thing very clear. The significance of these cavalcade and the number of people you are talking about is very, very
minuscule. All right. Okay. That's insignificant to Sasikala. And
I think it's a very sweeping statement. I think the union government in the last 6 years of functioning, I don't think there is not even a single opposition party has been able to come up with a very substantive corruption charges. I think just giving a sweeping statement Geetaji has done is not really acceptable with regard to the BJP. At least I know, I follow the party very well. We have not heard a single corruption charges till today.
I'm ready to give evidence, because the other opposition parties are not able to talk because they all have some dirt on their back. Let them come and talk to me. Let them ask me what it is. I'm openly telling you the channel. I'm openly telling. I would appreciate this. Mr. Moody calls me and says, what are the corruption charges? I'm ready to expose them. I've got the guts to do it. I'm ready to do it. Don't say I'm giving a thing open.
Okay, all right.
No,
you know,
I'm ready to do it.
Here, why don't you make that out? If you have a solid corruption,
I have written 100 letters to Mr. Modi. He has never responded. I have written letters to Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman. She has not responded. I have written letters to Mr. Jaitley. I have written to them about all the bank scams.
Okay, all right. Geeta, you made your point, and in fact, we'll go ahead and also pick up our debates and discussions with regards to all the legal cases that will go ahead and charge again. So the point is, there are politicians. The elections are going to be held in just 3 weeks from now. There are corrupt politicians on either side of the battle. We were talking about Sasikala, who has just gotten out of jail over a bail bond of crores of rupees. Obviously, the case against her has still not been dismissed. Her nephew as well is facing charges with regards to corruption and disproportionate assets case. There are several of those Tamil Nadu leaders